You need a simple way to evaluate how you fundraise. I'm Chad Barger, and that's what we're talking about in this week's Productive Fundraising Weekly Journey. As small shop fundraisers, we are busy people. It's so easy to go fast forward on autopilot. I got to plan this event, I got to get this appeal out, I need to meet with these folks. So many demands on our time that it's very easy to overlook taking a step back and evaluating what we're doing. So I am a strong advocate of evaluation. It shows that we're doing the right things, that we're putting the energy and the resources behind the right tactics that are really going to produce results for our organization. It's how we deliver that strong return on investment and ensure that our budget is being wisely used. But there is so much you can look at and evaluate in fundraising. Metrics, charts, graphs. So, the average fundraising database comes with like 35 stock reports. Who has time to look at all of that? So what I recommend is really zeroing in on a few key metrics that you're going to focus on. The one everybody focuses on is dollars, but you can't just count dollars. You have to look at what went into raising all of those dollars. So what I love to do, I found it very early on in my career, is Jim Greenfield, one of the great fundraising legends. He came up with the 9-point performance index. So it's 9 points that you look at that you use to compare one fundraising tactic to another and to see where the greatest return is and where you should be putting the bulk of your effort. So let's take a look at that. Let's look at Jim Greenfield's 9-point performance index. So here we have the index. As you can see, it is 9 simple things. The first 3, the one in red, are the only things you need to provide. So you need to come up with the number of participants, how many people responded to the campaign, how many didn't respond, those are your non-responders, the income it generated, and the expense that you invested in it. There's 2 schools of thought on expense. Some folks include staff time, some don't. I would say start by not, but once you have everything there, then it's sometimes interesting to take a look at it again when you factor in the staff time involved. That's where special events will really start to lose out for you. Everything else there, numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, are calculated. So that's just math. And it's simple math. It's percent participation, average gift, net income, average cost per gift, cost of fundraising, and return on investment. So these are, when you look at them side by side, your mail campaign, your acquisition campaign versus your renewal campaign, your golf outing versus your gala versus your mail campaign, your donor visits versus your gala. You can really see where you're getting that best return for your investment. So this is what I recommend. I like to put it all in one Excel sheet. Every event, every way I raise money is a column, and then set it up to auto-calculate it. So that's the free resource for this week, is my fundraising 9-point performance index calculator. You can either get it as a PDF if you want to create it yourself, or download the Microsoft Excel sheet. So that's the great tool there, and just a simple way to look at fundraising metrics and tactics without getting overwhelmed. The other thing I think you need to look at, and more in this day and age, is donor retention. So learn what your donor retention is. How many donors do you keep year over year? The average in the field, it changes a bit from year to year, but tends to be in the 60%-ish range. Are you a lot better than that? Are you a lot higher, which means you're doing a great job keeping your donors, telling the story, showing impact? Or are you a bit below that, which means you need to focus some more effort on stewardship? So know that rate as well. Look at your fundraising tactics back to back with the 9-point performance metrics, and then don't dwell on it. Just know where you're at, know that you're taking a look at it, but you don't need to spend hours upon hours just living in the reports module of your database. So for this week's instantly actionable quick tip, you got to make sure that your appeals are actually trackable. When somebody sends in a donation, how do you know what it comes from? Does it all come in the same envelope? Is it just a random check? give them something so you can start to track these things. So, you know, a pledge card, a donation reply card, something that they fill out that you can put a tracking code on. There is one in our free fundraising resource library. Go ahead and give that a download. Don't reinvent the wheel if you want to create one. But I've seen simple things like taking a colored marker, you know, purple, and going along the box of envelopes when they're still in the box and just give you a little bit of purple shading or red or green, and then you have a color code for, all right, the green envelopes went out in our fall newsletter, the purple envelopes were in our spring appeal, and then you just have a code, and when they come in, your database person knows what those codes mean and they log it correctly. That gives you data that you can then compare and run reports on. So just make sure it's trackable. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber to the Productive Fundraising Weekly Journey, our email blast, please check the link below and take care of that. Lots of great content besides just these video tips. Give us a subscribe on YouTube or a like and dislike. A little bit of feedback or comment. Let us know what you like about the Productive Journey. I hear from folks all the time, and they're loving what they're hearing, but I want to make sure that keeps up. So please let us know your thoughts. If you'd love to dig deeper, give us a buzz. Would like to talk about our personalized coaching sessions, and we have some e-course content coming down the pike here before too long to give you great content when you need it. So thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for being a great fundraiser. Keep up the awesome work. Take care.